Hi, Emma. Thank you for asking for feedback. It's one of those opportunities I enjoy. Just being able to talk to you about what you're writing about, what we're trying to do in this class, and just things like that. Overall, I think you've done a good job writing this essay. I don't see anything glaring, with a couple of exceptions, which I imagine you'll do in the final draft, and that is MLA format, right? And I don't mean to say that that's the most important thing in any kind of essay, but I just want to make sure that you follow that, and of course, and then including a works cited page, because if there's no works cited page, then there's no grade. And I'm not even suggesting that you weren't thinking of doing that, but just those are some things I just have to make clear so that we don't have any issues when the final draft is submitted. Because if and when you put your works cited in, I think this is a pretty good essay. One of the things I think when we talk about AI and other complex issues like this, it's not black and white, right? You can't just say, oh my gosh, AI is going to destroy the world, or AI is going to solve it. And I think the way you can move the argument along is by engaging it with what you've done. You've done some good jobs, including ideas from what other people are saying. And I think what good researchers do is, you know where to go to find solid evidence, right? You know the sources. I think you have one from Harvard. And let's see here. Tom Wheeler, you may need to introduce a bit so that we have some kind of idea who Tom Wheeler is. Let me see the other sources. Mar B says, so make sure you do introduce the sources so that we know, why should we believe these guys? Okay, sometimes it's obvious, but in this case, I'm not too sure. And so that's obviously one thing. Having really good research is going to make your arguments credible. And now when we talk about persuasive, that it's not just credibility. There has to be something else too that captures the reader's attention. And so, having we talk about ethos, pathos, logos. Ethos is obviously super important, but pathos is too. And you have to figure out how do you find that emotional appeal without being, just extreme, where you're just kind of yelling at people and you think that makes the biggest difference. It's not really that. It's something maybe meaningful. And this is where I'm interested in seeing where AI can improve us, because I think there's a lot of really, really cool things that AI can do. And I guess that's the thing is, what is AI doing, like specifically right now for us that we've never had them do before? I can share as a teacher some examples of AI helping students where they, I have a student who was trying to compete in a debate tournament, had no idea what to do. She kind of used AI to help write kind of some kind of legislation for her to know what to do, and that gave her some access, gave her some confidence, because it was a super complicated issue. She didn't really know what to say about it. She kind of runs it through, I don't know if it was ChatGPT or not, but so that AI gave her some accessibility, right, to the information she was trying to understand. Now I think it's important when you do that to be kind of open, like, hey, I'm learning about this topic. This is what I'm hearing, and and this is some sources I found. Because I think if we ever try to present stuff as information we learned, then we're kind of fooling ourselves into really thinking that this is good stuff. It could be good stuff, but I think we have to be honest, where we get it from. So those are some thoughts I just have about that. Just, obviously make sure the format's correct. I think you got some solid evidence, but if there's a way you can connect with it, and not to make it super personal, but just what is something we can see right now that's helping, and then obviously something that's hurting. If you have some good examples like that, because then I think you kind of cut to the chase too, and you keep it real, and I think that's probably what you're trying to do at least. So, anyways, thanks again for asking. Like I said, I enjoy doing it, and if you want to ask more questions, I'm happy to continue talking about it.